and we're not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Well, Matt Jones may take it to the house. The dog.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
What angle one race back?
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
All right, let's do it. In the words of Christian Johnson, let's get it. Here we are this Thursday, July 24th. This edition of Halftime. Myself, Christian Johnston, running the board. Clay Henry with us for the entirety of the show. Had some news. The Hulkster, the WCW. Oh man, he was talk about an icon. He passed away at 71. I know they say it goes in threes. You had Ozzy, then the Hulkster. So everybody be careful today. Make sure you hydrate up. In the sports world, I saw Shohei Ohtani had a 5th straight home run. So that's got to be he's probably on his way to another MVP. Which I always find it a little bit hard to give a DH an MVP. But I guess when you're doing what he does, he'll probably get it. Clay, what's up today, man? How's your Thursday?
My Thursday's good. I've just been kind of enjoying what I do today. This is I've been told by many people that I have a cool job, and the idea that I would retire a few years ago just stunned everybody that knows me, because they know how much fun that I have doing just like doing radio with you and Phil. These are the fun things.
It is pretty cool.
But yesterday I spent an hour on the phone with Nolan Richardson, and we just talked. And I wrote something today, and it'll probably be published this afternoon or tomorrow. But it's so much fun to talk to him, and it's every time it's fresh, and it's he's an open book. If you want to talk about it, you may not want to hear what he has to say. You better be ready, because he's going to bring it.
That's exactly right. That's one of the things I love about having my pops as a coach, and we're going to get Coach Nutt on here in a few minutes as well, 11:30. So stick around and listen to that. But Coach Richardson, if it's Jack Del Rio, I've been around a lot of great coaches, and one of the things they did, Clay, is they told you the truth. You might not want to hear it, but they're not really into sugarcoating a whole lot. We're going to tell you exactly how it is, and then we're going to work to get better.
Yeah, I think that's true. And Nolan is we talked about a lot of things. We can get into that in another segment, but it's always pretty cool. We told old stories that probably nobody else would want to hear, but yeah.
Well, we had Clay. We're safe. I just we had live fan feedback in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We've got them coming in 877-377-6963. Get a part of the show if you want to. Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played Theo on the Cosby Show, he's passed away. So there's your 3.
There's the
Ozzy,
third one.
Everybody be safe today. Go bungee jumping if you want to. I'm not gonna go, but then
no.
Everybody be safe. And then so in the NFL, QB Jets, Justin Fields, Ohio State guy, went to Chicago Bears for a little bit. Now he's kind of bounced around at the Jets. He got carted off at camp, so. Jets, who not really kind of looking to do too much this year, but then he was penciled in to be their starting quarterback.
They need some luck. They haven't had much luck. I mean, it's like, how quickly did Aaron Rodgers go down? Was it like fourth
play? Yeah.
Fourth play.
Yeah.
It's like we don't even know if he could have helped our team.
Unit, what's up with you, man? How was your Wednesday? How's your Thursday going?
Man, it's been a good week. Just I doing a lot of stuff inside, as much as I can. Just
hallelujah,
trying to stay out of this heat, man. This summer seems to be a time where a lot of bad things. A last summer was terrible.
We had a couple Razorbacks move on. Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
last summer was terrible.
Yeah, almost lost Peyton Hillis, lost Alex
Mallett.
Collins and Ryan Mallett, and it's that was not a summer to remember. That's for sure.
Yeah, it just seems like there's too much of
Hey
that.
Clay, I
you know.
wanted to
Yeah.
ask you something as well, and Christian and I were talking a little bit about this before the show started. But Luke Hawes, I don't know how bad his injury is, if it's season-ending injury there at Ole Miss, but he got hurt as well, and it got me thinking of players whose career was cut short because of injury, where they had all the talent in the world, all the potential. There's no denying that kid could play on Sundays if he was able to stay healthy. Same with Catalan, kind of got me thinking. Catalan's a guy that
Raleigh Williams.
Raleigh Williams. I even go back to Grant Hill. You know, you look back, Grant Hill, I don't know if it was his third year in the league, and then never really could get it going.
Yeah, I mean, it's Nolan and I were talking yesterday about Greg Oden. You know,
Great,
that was
same thing, absolutely.
#1 draft pick.
Amari Stoudemire, they had that microfracture deal going in their meniscus somewhere in their knee,
Yep.
and they just could never. There's no way to. They didn't have a proper way to fix it to where you could actually go back and be an athlete. Now they could fix it, but to put the pressure on it and to do the things that the technology hadn't caught up yet.
Yeah, it's you know, what Nolan and I were talking about. What kind of team would he had? He would have had Mike Conley and Greg Oden at some point. I don't know if it would have been during your time. Are they the same age?
No, I think they're 07.
They're a little bit past you.
Yeah, Andre Iguodala would have been. We would.
He
have been,
would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he would have had all the Sullingers, and you know that's
Dude, JJ was a beast. So my freshman
his
year,
brother was too. Yeah,
we would do Jared, his brother, but JJ was a bigger guard, kind of like a Ben Simmons type mold, and it was Mike Jones, JJ Sullinger, me, and there was one other freshman, but he would put us all 4 freshmen on the team to go out there and scrimmage, you know, against Teddy Gipp and
was that
Brandon.
Barry?
Jordan Berry might have been the guy. Yeah, that dude could touch the top of the square.
Yeah, he could.
It was sick.
Hey,
his vertical.
he was an interesting dude. He was into the weather. I think he wanted to be a meteorologist.
He had a good smile. He was
Yeah,
he
he
was
did.
a little funny, but he had some bunnies. He could
Yeah.
hop.
Oh, he had some hops. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. Well, we talked about all of that. It's the heat here is I don't know. I'm in Norfolk and there's no wind, no breeze. It's just like hanging on you when you go outside. I mean, I probably have a little yard work I could do, but that's like, man, it's just going to have to look like it is. I'm not messing with it today.
No,
98 is what it's supposed to be today.
a little too hot. Hey, we didn't. I didn't get to talk a little bit about your fishing trip that you had went on last week. How'd that turn out? Catch a couple slabs?
We didn't catch any I didn't. Our third guy, John Streckwald, it's me, Lewis Campbell, and John. He caught a 22-inch brown, so that's a trophy.
Yeah.
And you know, like I can't remember if I was on the oars or Coach Campbell was, but it's fun to oar somebody and they catch a good one. You know, you feel like you kind of helped a little bit. You know, you're in control of the boat, trying to keep it close to the bank, and got big water. We didn't catch a lot of fish, but we had a great time. We had I had smoked a chicken and pulled it the night before, and we had a bunch of big, great chicken sandwiches for lunch, and got under a shade tree over that cold water, and it was a good time. You know, it's like you're not going to have a bad day with Lewis Campbell. You're just not. I mean, I know you understand. You've been around Coach Campbell, and he's as good a friend as I've got. And the only problem you ever have with him is that he asks a lot of questions. Why are we doing this? And I was like, Coach, just fish, just keep catching them. You know, it's like you don't really need to know why we're doing something. We're just doing it.
Very inquisitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and let's catch some fish. And you know, I'm not really hip onto what the kids say, but apparently the kids say Riz. Do the kids still say Riz unit?
Yeah.
So when I think of Hulk Hogan, isn't that the definition of Riz right there? Does he? Am I missing something?
See, that word's foreign to me, so I guess I'm going to learn something. Is that good?
charisma is what
Yeah.
it's short for. And
Oh, he did have that. You're
and
right.
I was thinking that
What about Ozzy?
Ozzy? Yeah, but
He had a different kind of.
it was a
Nah,
different kind of
I
Riz.
think
yeah.
I think
More of a
Ozzy
Raz.
was eclectic.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
He was something like that. I mean, that was as weird a dude as there. I mean, his strangeness and uniqueness was his strength, and I guess I wouldn't have known that because I didn't listen to his music. That wasn't part of my, my deal. I mean, I was going to listen to Johnny Cash, not Black Sabbath. And Black Sabbath, that kind of scared me a little bit. It was kind of dark. But when he had his reality show, he and his wife and kids, he's just a dude. He's just a different dude, though. I mean, Ozzy. Yeah, y'all don't really want to hear me talk about Ozzy.
Well, we will play. I know Hulk Hogan's daughter released an album, a CD out back in the day. We were talking about how you had Meet the Osbournes, or whatever the show was called. But Hulk Hogan, they had a show too as well. And one of the scenes I remember on it, Clay, was he put one of those GPS trackers in her car. Because he didn't believe she was telling the truth, and of course she's like, "Hey, I'm going here," and she doesn't know, and then he's tracking her, and then she gets mad because he's tracking her. I was like, "Whoa! You don't get to get mad at your parents because you lied, like trying to." But you know how the whole drama thing was. I always thought that was
Hulk Hogan, I think, was at the Arkansas Texas game last year.
He was.
Yeah.
Was he promoting his beer?
Yeah, I was there, and I remember
The
them
Hulk
showing,
beer?
them showing it on the big board.
Hulkamania beer?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, he was down there in the end zone.
Is he most famous for? As far as his athletic ability, Clay, didn't he pick up Andre the Giant and body slam him? And that was like kind of the only person to ever do that like that.
Is the only person that even wanted to try.
Yeah, right. But I know he got into movies and did some other stuff, and he was, a showman. But that was kind of his athletic accomplishment was he picked up Andre the Giant and body.
Oh,
slammed him.
don't you figure? Even in wrestling,
He jumps with him. Yeah,
the giant helped him a little bit.
you're probably right. You're probably right.
They had practiced that on how to get him off the ground. I mean, it's like a little jump. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna hit a commercial right here so we can get this next segment in because we got Houston Dale Nutt coming up at 11:30. I'm looking forward to talking with him. We're going to talk a little bit about the goals you want to accomplish in camp, things last year maybe they can improve on. Touch a little bit on Rhett Lashley, what he's doing at SMU. Dow Loggins at App State, first year head coach, and Coach Nutt has he's been a part of a lot of different people that are doing a lot of things in college football right now.
I got a question. When you guys are hanging out or you guys go play golf, y'all play golf some, right?
We played golf the day, like 2 days before I started doing this radio show. Coach Nutt and I played golf. Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you guys are playing golf, do you say Coach Nutt or do you say Houston Dale?
Oh, I probably just say Coach. I
say Coach. It's just Coach.
I bet I say Coach. I don't know. It's kind of like a doc. I don't know. Yeah, I just say Coach. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you never.
I've never said Nolan. I'll tell you that. I've never. I say Coach to him as well. And
so the way I always did it, like if you're in a press conference, and the coach that's there has just lost, I call him Coach Cal,
Yeah, right.
Coach Richardson. If they won, I might use their first name, but man, I'm going to show respect after a loss. I'm not. I hear the young guys go in there and they're like Nolan this or John this or Sam this. It's like, oh, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to do that.
I'm with you. A little bit of a old school. All right, go ahead, Unit.
All right, before we hit a break here, make sure you subscribe to the Hit That Line podcast network and listen to the best moments of the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. And Hit That Line halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones, Ruskin and Zach as well. Stay up to date by subscribing to the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast, the Eastside Liquor halftime podcast, and the Ruskin and Zach podcast, part of the Hit That Line podcast network. If you enjoy nonstop Arkansas sports, entertaining banter, and a variety of topics, mostly pertaining to sports, this is the place for you. Just search Hit That Line wherever you go. listen to podcasts. Find them on hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Don't forget to rate, review, and share. All right, we're going to take a break here. Moving right along here in the first hour, hitthatline.com, ESPN Arkansas. Stay with us.
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
I tell you what, I know this got a lot of guys with some big hearts. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. It's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 4.
We got that wood right here, baby.
Somebody better look at this guy, the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-2085. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-2085. That's 800-555-2085. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-555-2085.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
I wanna be a maniac, fun with my family and friends. I wanna be be a Hulkamaniac. Have fun with my family and friends.
If you want to be a Hulkamaniac, I can sure tell you how to stay on track. You gotta train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins too. These are all the things that the maniacs do. Positive thoughts and positive deeds. These are the things that make succeed. Always be good to your family and friends. They're the only ones that'll be there in the end.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
That's right. Eat your vitamins. Be good to your family and friends. They'll be the ones that'll be there in the end because we all want to be a Hulkamaniac. Absolutely love it. Hey, I want to talk a little Major League Baseball with you guys right now. I know the trading deadline's coming up. We got a lot of Redbird fans around here. You got some Arkansans littered around the MLB. I've been attendee at Kansas City. Is he at Kansas City or Chicago White Sox unit?
He's White Sox.
White Sox. But Ohtani and Clay, I touched on this in the opening. I know he's a DH this year. He just hit his fifth straight game with a home run, tying a Dodgers record. You think about all the Los Angeles Dodgers that have been there before, and he's tied the franchise record. So we'll see if he can get to 6. Which he leads the National League with 37 home runs. What's your thoughts on Shohei Ohtani? Have we ever seen a player like him? And I mean, he is a generational. Phil doesn't like to use the word generational talent or icon, and it's like it's kind of got to get up. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is an icon.
How about the best of his time?
There we go. Right.
I mean, that's covering it all, isn't it? I don't like to compare like Babe Ruth to somebody current because he was just a big fat guy. It's like we know he was the best of his time. I mean, that's clear. He could pitch and he could hit. So in that respect, I think you got somebody like him to watch today. And I guess his pitching will
I would
take. But if I was him, I'd just hit. I wouldn't even.
And I would have him where you can bring him on as a reliever in the 8th or 9th inning or something. But as starter pitching, no, I wouldn't have him. He's too good, too valuable. Do you think it's harder? I mean, when you think of two-sport athletes, Clay, and that do it at the highest, your Bo Jackson, your Deion Sanders, I kind of think it's kind of the same thing being a two-sport athlete if you're a pitcher and then you're also playing offense and playing the field. I mean, because you don't see that a lot in baseball.
No, I think that's just a natural gift. I mean, he's got all the skills required to play all aspects of any sport. I don't think there would be any question that he would be good in another sport. His skill is just next level, superhuman athlete, and there's something in those great hitters that they have in their eyesight and their vision, the ability to pick up spin of a baseball, to see things that the rest of us can't see. And he's got that.
You bring up eyesight, and not a lot of people talk about that, but this same thing as being a quarterback, same thing as, if it's throwing darts. But yes, being able to pick the ball up with that vision, that's just you either have it or you don't. And I don't know that everybody – it's kind of like Top Pilot school, Top Gun school. You got to have a certain amount of vision to qualify.
Oh, I think that's right, yeah. And, I've heard players talk about that they lost their vision, that they got a concussion or something and their vision wasn't the same. I think I've read this or someone's told me that almost all the good, Major League Baseball hitters, the great ones, they're like 2015. Their vision is odd in that respect. You and I don't have that. I don't know what yours is.
Mine was 15-20 when I was and now it's 20-25. Yeah.
So there you go. I think that being able to see things and that are just different than maybe another human being. We're not all given the same tools. sure was given some that are different than yours, Matt. But it's just
we all have different blessings. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So
I want to get your thoughts on another baseball player named Bryce Harper. Comes into the league. He's the 8th active player right now in Major League Baseball with 350 home runs. Has he lived up? Because I know he got the title eventually, but has he lived up? Bryce Harper, Mike Trout used to be kind of the which one do you want? Which one would you want, Mike Trout or Bryce Harper?
I think either one. And there's some things about Bryce Harper that, he's a little brash, and he's and I think he can let his emotions, dictate some of the things that he does that, you wished he would be more Mike Trout like. But he's ultra competitive. He's ultra, fierceness, as a competitor. You want that, and then he's ultra talented. He's got all the skill, run, hit, throw. He's got all of that stuff. Battled some injuries, but I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
It's it's just part of your career. But yeah, I like to watch him play.
We got I saw where Verlander, I think you might have brought this up yesterday. He had an historic 16-game winless streak. And then he went out. I mean, for Verlander, I mean, he was going, but so the 42-year-older we were talking about, man, look, he got a little salt and pepper beard going on. But talk about somebody who's ultra competitive. What do you think? This might be the last year for Verlander?
Yeah, you never know what, there's a time and place for everything, and maybe the time and place for him is this is it. But he's still got velocity, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can rear back and throw it.
Could he be a Tom Glavine where you kind of bring him in to be a reliever, maybe for a year or two?
Yeah, I mean, there's been guys that have done that and been successful. That they're better for 2 outs than they are for 6 outs.
So Verlander, 263 career wins, Clay, 3-time Cy Young winner. Don't know if he'll get to that 300 win mark. First ballot Hall of Famer for you?
He would be for me.
Yeah.
I mean, in just the big games that he's won, in World Series, those, he's a big game pitcher, and he's did it for enough years for me. Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the way they do the metrics and the numbers now, if you look at Verlander, I think he's a guy that you could have left in an extra inning or two. But they pull him out because he is a big, strong, like corn-fed guy. He's kind of got that country. I mean, you look at him; he looks bigger than other people. I'm with you on big game pitcher. I think that's something to be said when the moment's the brightest. Stars have to shine, and I do think Verlander. Because some people don't. I mean, some people for whatever reason, man, they get in there and they just can't do it. But no, Verlander's. Would he kind of be similar, do you think, to like an Andy Pettitte, where like it's, hey man, it's a big game, we're going to give Andy Pettitte the ball?
Yeah, I mean that's part of it, and but yeah, it's I give him a lot of credit for that he can lift his game up in the bigger moments. I thought he did, and there was a period there where he was going to get your team to the World Series, and I appreciate that he had that kind of competitiveness in the big games.
Well, we're going to get into a little bit of college football talk. One of my favorite humans, Houston Dale Nutt, going to join us in a little bit after this break, and the unit's going to tell you guys what you can win.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental at the entrance to Riley Farm, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family from general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman Farmer and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all their patients better lives with a better smile, more confident, and a comfortable experience every time. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Farm Drive, Suite A at the entrance of Riley Farm. Now offering same-day crowns. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. All right, we'll take a break here, and then we'll have Coach Houston Nutt coming up just on the other side.
How's about investing in condominiums? It's safe.
Condominiums?
Yeah, condominiums.
I never use them.
This is halftime.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-551-3241. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place. This crispy chicken is from a taco place? Hey, this crispy chicken's from Taco Bell? The taco place? This chicken is so perfectly crispy with tortilla chip coating. It's from a taco place. What? It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season right around the corner, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. BetOnline, the game.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
All right, back here, halftime, moving right along. Christian Johnston on the board. Clay Henry with us all show today. And one of my favorite people, Coach Houston Nutt, joining us right now. Coach, man, how's your summer going?
Going good, Matt. Going good. Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, man, absolutely. Yesterday I texted Coach, and then we talked for a little bit, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I just got done watching Top Gun Maverick. You seen it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that." Tom Cruise doing his own stunts, man. That dude is he's got a good running for him, you know.
Oh, hey, you know what's amazing is my daughter's husband, Haley's husband, Brent Phillips, met Tom Cruise down here when he was in Dallas at a restaurant, and just as good as he can be with giving his time and autographs, just good. So I really admire him for all the, like you and I talked about yesterday, all the things that he's done, the staying in shape and doing all those stunts by himself. It blows my mind.
Yeah, dude is crazy in shape. Well, Coach, we won't keep you too long. I always enjoy chatting with you, and we got camp coming up. I mean, people are scratching and itching and foaming at the mouth now. Football camp's almost here, and you've been through a lot of camps, and each camp's a little bit different. And in this Arkansas team, 31 new guys in the transfer portal, 19 new freshmen. I mean, that's a big turnover, but you do have your quarterback coming back. When you're going into camp with a team like that, what really are you trying to accomplish, I guess, on both sides of the ball to get you ready for week one?
Yeah. Well, I always love August. I love especially when you've had a good winter workout, you've had good spring ball, good summer, and when you have your quarterback coming back, it's just like when you were coming back after a year under your belt, then you always sleep a little bit better, knowing that your point guard is coming back, your leader of your team. So I know Coach Pittman has got to feel good about Taylon Green, but you mentioned something to me that's different than when I was coaching. When I spoke to Rhett Lashley's team a couple of years ago, and I asked him, how'd spring go? And he said, Coach, it went great, but I got about 29 new players, and about 17 of those are going to start. So now you're talking about taking some players that you feel like with evaluation, you feel like they're good. You've seen them on film. They got a couple of years on their belt. But now you're talking about a new playbook, new terminology, new, the locker room. It's the locker room. The one thing that, Matt, we always had was we had a close-knit locker room, and I still believe to this day the closest team is going to win. And so to me, that would be the thing that would be different, is taking those 31 new portals and making sure that, hey, we are together, we're going to play for one another, we're going to be unselfish, and then plug them into the right place and let's go. But again, I love August because you can get through your playbook. I love situations, where, hey, it's 3rd and 8, today's 3rd down, or today's short yardage, or, hey, sudden change defense. Hey, sorry, buddy, but we just turned it over. You got to get back out here and put out the fire force. That kind of thing, I love that, and, of course, even overtime, working on that a little bit. So, to me, you're getting ready, and your players, especially the new ones, are getting used to everybody, and, of course, there's nothing like the game. But this preparation, you want to be an automatic pilot by the time that first game gets here. So you're just going through, and to me, I think the biggest job that Coach Pittman and the coaches have now is the newer players, plugging them in and putting them in the right position, and also it's the chemistry.
Yeah, you're right on situational football. I used to love when we'd be stretching and Bobby Allen would come up and he'd be like, "Hey, we're blitzing today. We're bringing the heat today." You're like, "All right, let's go, coach." But that has to be tough when you're talking about this turnover and then learning a playbook, and do you almost have to? Yes. You want to go over all the plays, but you almost have to condense the playbook a little bit.
I think you're right. And again, depending on what they can take in. But you do want to be able to play fast and play without just thinking. You know, you want to be on automatic pilot. I always call it automatic pilot when they know where you want your players to be able to play fast, and you don't want them thinking, and that slows everybody down. So, but it is. I think that's one of the biggest things. And I tell you, I know Bobby Allen would always say that during stretch out hearing, but also deep down inside, he also knew that Matt Jones ran 4.37. So be careful when you bring everybody. It might be a lane opening up. And that's one thing I think Taylon Green brings to Arkansas is, you know, the escapability to have that. You know, you got to feel good about that. I always felt good about that with you. But what people don't realize is you threw a lot of touchdown passes. And, you know, you look at George Wilson, Richard Smith, you look at Jason Peters, the guys, Corey Birmingham, when they overpopulated the line of scrimmage and they had their ears pinned back, I always felt pretty good about that too, because it was one-on-one 50-50, and I felt good about the way you're going to put the ball away from the defender, and our receivers would go get it. So I like it. But this, you know, it's the greatest game in the world, and this is the fun time.
Absolutely, it is. And one of the things you always preached, and this is one thing that it was kind of a team mantra, was the most precious thing in the world is the football. And I look at last year's Arkansas Razorback team, they averaged over 2 fumbles a game. That's too much. You can't be putting the ball on the ground that many times a game. How do you correct that? Or is it correctable?
Yeah, it is. It is. And you're right. You're right. That can't happen. And, you know, we'd wake up in the morning. I know our guys would get tired of it. You know, Danny did a good job at the back, and we would wake up, you know, I mean, from 2-a-days, from the moment we hit breakfast, you got that ball tucked away, you know, we would talk about it, you know, and say it 1,000
forearm, eagle claw, rib cage.
Oh, we 3 points of pressure. You still got it, man. We're going to 3-point. You got to lock it down. And they got to know, you know, look, if we're going to hand you the ball, if we're going to give you our most prized possession, well, this team thinks so much of you, you've got to protect it for us. You have to. And you got to be, I don't care what happens, that ball's got to be tossed to the official after each play. But because when we have the ball, hey, they can't score. It's that simple. And so take care of it. And that, to me, is the difference. And so, to me, it's just constant. I don't care if you're just getting on the field and just a pre-deal and a coach tosses you the ball. If that ball's not tucked away immediately, there's a point that's got to be made. That's not how we carry it. That ball's going to get knocked out in this league now. So every time, every period, anybody who touches the ball, whether it be a tight end, whether it be even a defender that picks up a scoop and score, you pray they got to know 3 points of pressure too, because we don't want to turn it back over. And so to me, it's a little bitty thing. It may sound old cliche, it may get old, but I'm going to tell you something. We were going to, I mean, just all throughout the day, we're going to say it hundreds of thousands of times. It's eagle claw, forearm, and rib cage. We're going to protect the ball, or you can't get on the field. If you can't protect it, and you're going to cough it up, especially at a very, very inopportune time, you can't play. And so it's got to be very, very important. There's got to be thought process on that. When we hand you the ball, you got to take care of it. And that's where you were good, Matt. Quarterback is so important. Quarterback takes every single play. And I see it all throughout the year. I see people get real careless, especially in a drop-back position, a quarterback in a drop-back position, and he starts to try to extend the play, try to avoid, and the ball all of a sudden gets real one-handed, gets way out away from your body. In a crowd, it can't happen. You've got to be thinking about, I can't turn it over. I know I'm going to try to escape right here, but if there's any chance of somebody reaching in and you know, defenses are so good. These coaches are so good now. They teach from day one. They go tomahawk that ball out, go knock it out. And you got to be very aware of how you're putting that ball and putting it away.
Coach, I want to ask you about Arkansas State. They're going to come down to Little Rock. Might be the last time the Hogs play a game in Little Rock. I know the game's changed, and I get capitalistic nature. You got to make money. It's all about bottom line. We're probably not going to play a lot of games in Little Rock anymore. We never played Arkansas State. This might be the first time the Hogs have played Arkansas State this year. Talk a little bit about making sure you don't you have to respect them. If we go out there and have 5 turnovers, Arkansas State can beat you now. How important is that game? I know we're not looking past Alabama A&M. I know that's the first game, but that first game in Little Rock, Arkansas State, how important is that for the Hogs?
It is so important. All throughout my lifetime, you mentioned it, Arkansas State never played Arkansas, and Coach Broyles was a big believer in not playing that game. And he wanted one at every coffee shop, every restaurant. He wanted one mascot talked about. And that was the Razorbacks. And so he felt like if you lost one of those games within a 10-year period, you're going to lose players and all that. That's another subject. But the bottom line, they are playing them. And here's the scenario. It's Arkansas State's Super Bowl. And it's got to be very important to Arkansas. It's got to be Arkansas Super Bowl. And we love coming to Little Rock. I sometimes I hear a lot of people, well, we got to go to Little Rock. Well, I used to get real excited about going to Little Rock. Now, I'm partial because I'm from Little Rock, but I grew up watching Little Rock games when Razorbacks, and I can name all of my heroes, from John Brittenham to Freddie Marshall to Jim Lindsay to Kenny Hatfield and Lance Allworth. I can name them all. Cliff Powell. I can keep going. Harry Jones. But it's not like that anymore, and I think it's important. When you play this game, you can bet. Arkansas State, all eyes, they have, this is what they've been wanting forever. I remember Larry Lassell wanting this game way back then. Why won't you play Arkansas State? The ball game needs to be played. Well, it's played now. So what are we going to do? You need to make sure that game, from the moment you walk out on the field, you come to the wrong place. It's got to be very, very serious and you got to go at a very high level, because it is their Super Bowl, and it's got to be Arkansas' Super Bowl.
Coach, I got to take me back to your first ever head coaching gig and your first ever start. And I asked that for Dow Loggins, a guy that was in the quarterback room, and I'm a big fan of Dow Loggins. He's been coaching and stop to stop. Now he's a head coach at App State. His first game, August 29th. Kind of what do you think he's feeling, and what would be some kind of like some words of advice for him?
Yeah. Well, this is some of the greatest days of your life. This is a dream that you always thought. I always thought, well, I probably won't ever be a head coach. And all of a sudden you are the head coach. I was fortunate because I had Murray State. I didn't have quite all the eyes on top of me, where you didn't have all that media. But I tell you what, it's a great place because I got a lot of Arkansas. I had Mike Cherry. I had William Hampton. I had Tim Scarborough, Ronnie Merritt, had a lot of Arkansas kids, and I got to grow. So I think I'm going to go see Dow here in the next couple of weeks and see his team. And the thing that I know, here's what's different, Matt, and you know this. All of a sudden, you've been in that position, Coach. You've been the head coach of a position. All of a sudden, when you move down to that head spot, now there's a lot more questions every single day that he's answering. Now it's what kind of socks are we wearing today? What kind of uniform are we wearing? Hey, what are we eating? All of a sudden now, from the 10 questions you had at coaching the quarterbacks a day, now all of a sudden you got 1,500 questions from schedules, to get, are we going to scrimmage today? Are we in shorts today? All these things. So here's the thing. Dow has been around a lot of great, great programs, so from high school, college, and professional. And so he's ready. He's ready. But here's what's going through his mind. Did I cover that enough? Did I cover the punt protection enough? Did I cover goal line enough? Did I cover our 2-point play enough? You're starting to go through all these scenarios because you want your team, you want to please, and you want to make sure you got 11 guys out there in the right position that are going to go so hard. The one thing I know about Dow, he cares, and the players are going to know. Players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so that's where it's going to start. And so I'm excited about his career and his start. And so to me, it goes back to the little things. It goes back to the little bitty things. Stance. Where we start. Hey, the ball. How we get lined up. And let's play hard. The one thing we can always do is you can play hard now. You can play hard. And that's the one thing we'd always pull from our people is you can't take a lazy step. I can live with anything that happens. By gosh, you better be going full speed, man. And to me, he'll bring that out of him. So he's got a lot of butterflies. There's no doubt about it. You might need to call him now, man, about 10 days out it just kind of get a little bit of reinforcement, just make him, it's going to be okay, Coach.
I like it. I like Coach, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. We always appreciate these conversations. Thanks, Coach.
Man, thanks for having me, Matt.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Houston Nutt. Man, one of my favorites. We got to go to a break because we got some bills to pay around here.
You see the best in basketball when you watch the NBA. When you watch the NBA on CBS.
This is halftime. ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
Live on ESPN 95.3, it's Colton Little here for another edition of the Hardee's Monster Burger Contest qualifiers. We are here today at the Rogers Avenue location. So stop by today and qualify for your chance to win the football trip of a lifetime. Brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com. If you want to win a chance to watch the Dallas Cowboys play the Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas on ESPN Arkansas's dime, all you have to do is stop by Hardee's today when ESPN Arkansas is in the building from 11:30 to 1:30. Finish a Monster Burger in less than 150 seconds, and you can join our contest on August the 16th. Where all you have to do is eat as many Monster Burgers as you can in 5 minutes, and the winner gets sent on the football trip of a lifetime. Stop by Hardee's today to qualify for your chance to win the football trip of a lifetime at Rogers Avenue from 11:30 to 1:30 on ESPN 95.3.
Bow hunters, it's time to get ready for bow season, and Jelco Outdoors has the best selection of Matthews, Elite, Hoyt, and Bowtech compound bows for you. Huge selection of arrows, back targets, sights, and releases to help you get dialed in. Need to replace strings and cables? We are ready with gas bow strings in stock with quick turnaround to get you ready. Jelco Outdoors, your premier archery shop in the River Valley, your store for work and the great outdoors. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
What do Formula One, the Peanuts cartoon strip, and Jay Leno all have in common with Crabtree RV Center? Yes, you guessed it. They are all celebrating 75 in 2025. Crabtree RV Center is so thrilled to have seen 75 wonderful years of business in the River Valley, and we want to celebrate with all of you. Come in today and take advantage of our 75-year anniversary sale going on every day at Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas. Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, parts, and rentals. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for 75 years.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, back halftime. Christian Johnston with us, Clay Henry with us. Big thanks to Coach Nutt joining us as the guys are getting ready to go into camp. Man, Clay, I feel like I mean, maybe I'm 28, 29 again. I don't know if I'm 18, but I felt like I might have one more play in me.
Well, if there's somebody that I'd let still have one play, it'd be you, Matt.
Ooh, man,
be you.
Man.
I'm not. I mean, how you do on that one play might determine whether you get another play.
I'm going to give it to Braylon Russell.
You can hand it off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, hey, those guys are fast and they're big, aren't they?
Well, it's kind of
You've been chased. You've been chased before.
And I see Taylon Green a little bit, and I kind of want to. It's like you want to say, hey man, there's almost playing possum a little bit with these guys. Trust, there's a reason there's an RB by your running back. So when you have these mesh or you have these read options, let those running backs run it early. Don't worry about taking off that first. Then let them try to, and then all of a sudden it will part like the Red Sea, and you'll be able to catch a seam on him because he is fast enough. I always like to run later in the game and not have to run in the first quarter. Let your running backs run.
They're gonna be on you. I mean, they until they get pounded a little bit, they're gonna be keying on you. Talking about the quarterback.
Exactly.
I'd key on him. That'd be the one I'd worry about.
Absolutely, because it's a run-pass option. They put that ball in the belly, and they're kind of hesitating. And then that running back's beat him 2 times now. So what does he do? He crashes down on let that running back beat him a couple times, but
Houston was good.
I'm not the quarterback coach. Yeah,
that was fun to have him on. You did a nice job, Mr. Interviewer.
Well, I can't handle success, so we'll see how it goes. But we'll go. We got a top of the hour break, and we'll come back in 2 more hours to go.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location today at Hardee's on Rogers Avenue. Can you say Viva Las Vegas? Do you want to spin the wheel and win great prizes? Do you want to see the Dallas Cowboys take on the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas? Can you eat a Monster Burger in 150 seconds to qualify? If you can do all those things, if you answered yes to any of those questions, stop by the Hardee's today on Rogers Avenue from 11:30 to 1:30 while ESPN Arkansas is in the building and qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. Brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com. And hey, while you're here, we're rolling back prices to 2005 to celebrate 20 years. $1.49 sausage biscuits from right now until noon, so stop by and get them right now before the afternoon starts at noon, and $3.50 Monster Burgers at Hardee's from 11:30 to 1:30 to celebrate the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest, brought to you by hitthatline.com, ESPN Arkansas, and Hardee's.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Join the one and only NBA champ Jalen Williams and OBI for a special blood drive at the Fort Smith Convention Center, July 24th from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Donate blood and score a limited edition J. Will t-shirt plus 50+ lucky donors, and up to 3 guests each will have a chance to meet J. Will and snap a photo with the legend. Save lives, one day, one legend, one pint at a time. Sponsor limited, so book now at obi.com/events.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, dangerous heat and humidity is settling in. We're looking at high temperatures this afternoon into the upper 90s, a heat index approaching 110. Mainly clear, mid-70s tonight, and blazing sunshine back with us Friday, a high well into the middle 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new,
Paris
they are the choice for auto body repair.
Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 37 days.
Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect it. Ask me if I'm all right. Watch these things dominate, and we not doing it. We're gonna go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field. People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
What angle one Razorback?
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
Is vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
All right, back second hour, halftime. This beautiful July 24th. It's a little bit hot, but it's still beautiful. Christian Johnston on the board. Clay Henry with us all day today. Always fun getting a chance to talk a little ball with and whatever else, fishing, places to eat, whatever else, music, whatever we're talking about. It's summertime, and if you haven't heard, Hulk Hogan passed away today, 71. I wonder what your favorite memory is of do you have a favorite memory, Christian or Clay, of Hulk Hogan? Like I said, mine was he lifted up Andre I think he was the only person to ever body slam Andre the Giant.
That's one of his feats.
I wasn't into the wrestling. You know, I know I say wrestling, you know, because I am from Arkadelphia, but like I'd never really got into the, you know, WCW or WWF.
That wasn't my thing either.
It wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, it's like I can remember this. I've told this story 50 times. This is I'm in high school. I think I was 16 or 17 working nights at the Arkansas Gazette, and they had wrestling every Tuesday night at Robinson Auditorium down in the basement. And, you know, only a few blocks from the newspaper. And sometimes the promoter would come by and leave us tickets. We could go over there on our dinner break, you know, for 30 minutes. Get a hot dog, Coke, and then run back to the office, put the paper to bed. But they wanted to put the results in the paper each night. You know, it's like Tuesday night. Of course, they'd get over at 11:30 or 12, and they, you know, they would call in the results, and it'd be too late to run in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's too late, they're not going to run it the next day either. So the promoter was visiting with my dad, and I'm sitting there just listening, and he says, you know, we just can't run your results anymore because this is my dad talking, because it's coming in too late. And he goes, well, what time do you need it? And he says, well, I mean, you guys are going to midnight sometimes. He goes, oh, I can give you the results before the matches. So he did. So from then on Tuesday night, we got the results about 6:30, and they'd be in the paper the next day. Never had a decision be different. That's when I knew it's like, okay, this isn't real.
Yeah, that's what the people are like. Yeah, the NFL's scripted. I'm like, I don't know that it's scripted. It'd be hard because I never got a script, but I think they only gave the script to the good players. You know, it's like I don't know that it was scripted.
The coach knew.
The coach, yeah, they knew what to call whenever they were ready. Well, let's continue on with the little Arkansas football talk. I think we have some sound from Taylon Green, and if you guys want to get in with us, what's on your mind? Camp's right around the corner. I know NFL camp is here. College camp is on the way. That's 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Text us or call us.
For a quarterback, you know, that's all you can, you know, think about, you know, is, you know, he, from all the people in the, you know, transfer portal, he chose me, and I'm definitely, you know, grateful, you know, to be in this position, you know, and I know what I did last year, but I have a lot more, you know, to bring to the table, and, you know, he's going to give me the best opportunity, and, you know, it's the best, you know, OC in the country, so being coached by him every day.
And I think what he was talking about there was just the collection of new talent that's going to be around him and trying to get on the same page. And Clay, I'll tell you, the biggest jump for me, whether it be at college, whether it be in the NFL, was from year one to year two, because, and this is what Coach Nutt was talking a little bit about, that when I said you have to condense the playbook, because you understand the playbook so much more after year one is over, and it's like you graduate almost, and then you're going to the next level, and it does become second nature where you're able just to react and you're not thinking. How do you think they're going to go about that, I guess, in camp, Clay? Because that's going to be tough for everybody to get on the same page.
Yeah, part of it happens in the summer. I mean, what the time that they've spent in, the investment that the quarterback has made with these wide receivers, that's big, and the tight end too. And I think the tight ends will be more of a factor than they were last year. I think that he will be able to me, the easiest throw to make is the one straight over the middle. It's the shortest. And I think he had his back turned to that part of the field a lot last year because he was outside the pocket, moving away from the middle of the field. And that's a throw back across your body. It's not advisable. What do they say?
Don't throw it late across the middle.
High and late across the middle is death. It is death. It will get you to standing beside the quarterback coach. He's going to say, how many times have we said don't throw high and late over the middle?
And sometimes it takes – I know it took me a little bit, Clay, but so when let's say it's a three-person read to your right side and you're kind of going the little triangle, you either go high-low or you go triangle based on man or zone. And let's say you're going triangle and it takes you to the middle. And if your eyes have been right the entire time, you don't feel that other linebacker. He might slip underneath there. And so I think it takes a while for if the backside guy runs his route, your running back or whoever's supposed to. But if you don't look off a little bit, if you don't look straight down the field first, at least your first step outside of center, then that linebacker starts kind of eking over a little bit. And I think I
good ones do.
I just want to say I don't think he was comfortable making that throw.
Yeah, and so he just didn't make it. And I saw the couple of practices I was in the spring, the tight end was more in his vision. And he's got to be in his vision before he can throw it to him. And that was, to me, apparent. And I think that overall what they have, and I really like their tight end coach. He coached some great tight ends at Stanford. I think he's terrific. But I think that you have to be in the Petrino system more than just 1 year to understand all the different aspects of it. And I just saw the tight end to be in his vision when I watched the spring practice, and I didn't feel like that was the case last year.
There was a little bit of talk. There was a receiver, I believe, that's from Warren that is a true freshman, and I do think
he's a freak.
He's a freak. I haven't seen him play, but I do know Marcus Monk came in as a freshman. Peyton Hillis came in as a freshman. Sean did on the line, but that was it doesn't have. I guess Marcus Harrison played a little bit as a freshman. But the outside skill, if you have speed, you can get into the game as a freshman and make an impact.
Yeah, Joe Adams, and I think Jarius Wright is freshman. Greg Childs, they were factors, but they weren't what they were going to be. I mean, they were much better their second year. The positions that I think you can play quickest, if you're a Sean Andrews, then that's a different story. But I think cornerback, in other words,
Ahmad Carroll, Lawrence Richardson.
You stay on this guy.
Yeah.
You just play. You stay on this guy. And you play him man. Don't get beat
Chris
deep.
Houston. Yeah.
Yeah. As a true freshman, I think a cornerback can play. He can get you beat real quick, but he can play. And I think wide receiver is like that. And then I also think, it's complex. It's a different system. It's much different than what they played in high school. The things they have to understand and know. And the speed of the game is another part of that. But then the other position I think is running back. Just turn and hand it to that dude. And he's Alex Collins. He was almost as good as a true freshman as he was as a junior.
Right.
And he was good. The very first time I saw a scrimmage, and they did a toss sweep, and he put that right foot in the ground and made that cut, and I was like, he'll play in the first game. There's no doubt. So I think there's a great running back is going to play is a young one, but the rest of the positions, I think it's hard for a freshman to play.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think receivers in today's age, because a lot of times you're going to have 2 or 3 wideouts out there and they rotate a little bit. I'm with you on running backs. I mean, Cedric Cobbs as a true freshman, Peyton Hillis as a true freshman. Then you had, Felix and McFadden as true freshmen. So I believe that's a spot to get out there. On defense, Clay, where do you see a place where any freshman can help us on the? I don't know, because I haven't seen them yet. But have you seen anything where you're like, man, there might be a true freshman, 1 or 2 that could help?
Yeah. See, in terms of defense, I don't know the names. Haven't studied it like that in recruiting. But generally, where a freshman helps you on defense is with special teams. And when I say defense, like the cover teams. Those are, if you got a linebacker or a cornerback or a safety, they can probably help you on cover teams, kickoff, punt return, punt coverage. But then you can at some point start sprinkling in maybe a cornerback or defensive lineman. That's usually not where a freshman is going to play. That's more for grown men that have been in the weight room for at least a year, a college weight room, where they're. But every once in a while, there's an exception. I think you could have put Sean Andrews defensive tackles, true freshman. I don't think that would have bothered him one bit, and you wouldn't have been able to block him. I don't know if he'd run down plays, but he would have anchored the middle of your line.
It would have taken 2. And, Jason Peters came in as a defensive end. So imagine having both them on the same defensive side right there. You're not running the ball on that side.
No, that'd be like playing against the Selmans at OU when they had 3 of them. So, yeah.
Well, we're having a good time right here, moving right along on this hot but beautiful Thursday. Get in with us, 877-377-6963. We're going to talk a little bit about this Arkansas State game coming up, talk a little bit about what this team hopes to accomplish during camp, and then whatever else, the listener, whatever else you guys want to talk about. Take it away, Unit.
All right, when you're looking for your next SXS motorcycle, ATV, or zero-turn mower, look no further than your local Wood Power Sports store with convenient locations in Harrison, Springdale, and Fayetteville. They've got over 9 brands to choose from, including Can-Am, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto, Suzuki, KTM, Hustler, and Honda. If you can think of it, they've probably got it. These 3 convenient locations also provide you with outstanding service and parts capabilities. They even offer deliveries. You want to know more? Visit them online at woodpowersports.com, location and brand, or shop all of them. They look forward to earning your business. Wood Power Sports, a solid name you can trust. All right, we've got the Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us here on Halftime. Myself and Matt Jones with you as well. Phil on vacation. We're going to bring you some more programming after the break.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
On second down, the give is to Felix Jones on an end around. Jones to the 30 to 40. Jones in midfield. He may go. 25 to 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Felix Jones goes 72 yards, and the Razorbacks increase their lead.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com. ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
We're live out here at Hardee's, ESPN 95.3 on location today, 2720 Rogers Avenue. We're here for another qualifier where you can win a chance to qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Contest brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com. We just had our 8th qualifier stop in, and he finished his burger in about 1 minute and 34 seconds. Bear Curtis, a former Arena League football player that lives in Van Buren, Arkansas, stepped up to the plate, demolished the Monster Burger with a smile on his face, had his son with him, and his son really wanted to win that trip to Las Vegas, so they came through today and finished it quick, no problem. That could be you, folks. Stop by today, Hardee's, 2720 Rogers Avenue here in Fort Smith, and qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest by ESPN Arkansas, Hardee's, and hitthatline.com.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
This is Pastor Brad Luter with Grand Avenue Baptist Church. For all of our HVAC and plumbing needs, we call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, and drain cleaning needs, and great York Home products. It's just one number you need to know: 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
I'm smoking on, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, turning to my cry. I love my home. Oh my God, smoking all my crowd. Smoking in the morning, smoking in the evening, smoking when I want to, smoking at the beach. Now I'm from California, we grow it every season. Our hands we need to feed, and we grow up on a reason because we love our home. We grow apart. Turning to a cry. We love our home. We love our when I got down. It's so high that we have to grow more. Song. It's so high that we have to grow more.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right. What a beautiful Thursday. Moving right along. Kristen Johnston on the controls, doing his thing. Clay Henry with us all show today. And thanks to Coach Nutt joining us in hour number 1. And, I know you were talking a little bit about Nolan, and it got me thinking a little bit, Clay, that the excitement around this Arkansas basketball team is kind of at an all-time high. I don't know if we've had as much excitement like right now. Coach Muss's team makes a run, something happens, you make a run. Yeah, everybody kind of gets excited for a little while. But right now, this is like the most excited around the state, it seems like, in about 30 years people have been before the Razorback games getting going.
Yeah, obviously the early 90s and then mid-90s, the Final Four runs, the two back-to-back trips to the championship game. When we had it rolling, it was pretty incredible. And I guess you just think it's just going to go on forever.
Like the baseball team right now,
It didn't. Just don't ever take it for granted, because it is special and it can be gone in an instant. But it's and Nolan and I talked yesterday at length about several things, and one of them was the excitement about basketball. I talked to him a little bit about the fact that there are 9 NBA players that were born in Arkansas. That's the largest per capita of any state. There's some states that have more, but they got a lot more people. That is a direct relationship to the success that Nolan had in the 90s. He made Arkansas basketball a thing. It was big under Eddie Sutton, but I'm talking about in every home. The excitement for Razorback basketball was there. And you started seeing basketball goals going up in the garages, or on the the outside on the garages and in the driveways. You drive down a lot of different neighborhoods, and you saw a lot of basketball goals. And I point to, say, a Corliss Williamson, that 15 years earlier he would have been a defensive end or a tight end. His dad, his uncles, they were all defensive linemen. I knew Virgil Williamson at UCA, his uncle, and there was a lot of football in his blood. But basketball became popular in the style of play.
Yeah.
That style of play was an attraction to the great athletes that were coming out of our state. And I think that's just continued. And I don't know that parents make a decision to say my kid's going to be a basketball player because I don't want him to get hurt playing football. I think it's the kids just love the up-tempo game that is just, so prevalent in high school basketball and AAU basketball. They love that. And, where did that come from? In Arkansas, it came from Nolan Richardson. And I don't think we give him enough credit. I'm fascinated by the kind of love affair John Calipari has with Coach Richardson in the way he's plugged him in at several junctures and continues to reach out to him. And I talked to Coach Richardson about that, and that's going to be part of the column that I've pretty much written it before we went on the air. I've got to kind of polish it a little bit, give it a second read. But those are some of the topics that we went into and that I wrote about. And this is a football state still, but basketball for the young athletes is so much more popular than football right now, in my opinion.
Well, the Mamas, they're okay with it, and to your point, Clay, it was like they're action stars. When you're pressing and you're jumping, you're alley-ooping, you're shooting threes, it's 40 minutes of hell. It's let's go get it. And one of the things I remember, and I was only around Coach Richardson for 60 days, 70, a couple months, and we had a summertime. But one of the things I remember about practice was harder than the games. I mean, we would wear each other out in practice. You get to a game, you get a timeout every 4 minutes.
Yeah, we talked about his practice regimen, and a lot of people don't remember this, but he played for Don Haskins at UTEP. It was Texas Western, and he was a Henry Abba player. In other words, he was the same background as Eddie Sutton, and he would grind on you for 3 hours, sometimes 5 hours. Nolan said. He said, I hated practice. He said, I sit there in the locker room, and I knew that it was going to be 3 hours of torture. And he says his practices were not easy, the IBA style, same as Eddie Sutton. Sometimes if things didn't go well, it'd be a 5-hour practice. And he said, I just remember how much we hated what we were doing every day in practice. And he says, when I became a head coach, a high school coach, he says, my vow to my players were, we're going to have 1 hour of hell. That's all it's going to be. And he says, it won't be a long drawdown. And we're going to run, and we're going to play defense. But it's going to be fun, and it's only going to last 1 hour. If you can give me 1 hour of toughness, tenacious, hard play, and you give us effort, that's all it'll last. And he says, that was like a fresh breath of air
Revolutionary.
to these players.
Yeah.
And he says, we always believe that. Now, he had longer practices, but once the season started, Matt, your practices weren't long, were they?
No, I mean, you're exactly right. You get in and get it, and then let's go do our shooting drills. Let's do some dribbling drills. Let's do some basic fundamental drills that you can work on. But that is one of the things, because I wasn't there in the off season, but so going there in the season. But
I think the early part of the semester, the fall semester, when they were doing Cleveland Hills, and he got him in shape. So his practices that's not what he was trying to do. He had him in condition, and he says if we'd practiced hard for 1 hour, that would maintain our condition. I think they lost weight as the season went along just because of
I think you do. I think that's the normalness in basketball. It's a cardio sport. Yeah.
But it's interesting listening to Nolan. He said, I've been to 4 or 5 of Coach Cal's practices. And I said, do you say anything? He goes, oh, no, I want to. I said, you want to say something? He goes, well, I mean, I can't. I mean, I'm a former head coach. He says, I see something. I want to fix it.
Mm-hmm,
and he said, but that's not my place. Mm-hmm. And he says, now, if he ever asks, I'll offer. But he says, I don't think that's really why he wants me there.
I love it. Hey, let's go. We got a phone call. Let's go to one of our favorite callers, the Tuna. Charlie, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Just walked into the door, so I didn't know if y'all could hear me. But I'll have to go back and listen to that. I got to meet Coach Nutt a few years back. And he was I asked about you, Matt, before I even, knew you on here. And, he had some great stories. And, man, he'd make you want to run through the wall. And I'd never played for him.
I told the unit. I said, I'm ready to go. Where's the huddle? Let's go to work.
And you were right there. And I think it's just people like that, affect you in your life that, man, if you would definitely do it for. I had a high school coach that, you guys were talking about practice, and, speaking of practice, we talking about practice? Whatever. But anyway, Allen Iverson there. But anyway, the thing about it is I played for a high school coach and Coach Buck James that practice was extremely harder than the games. And that's how it was back then. And I don't know if he still incorporates some of that today. You win 3 straight 7A state champions, you got to be doing something right. But arguably a Hall of Famer and one of the best to ever do it. And I'm glad you got to experience that, Matt. Which practice was harder, Coach Richardson or Coach Nutt?
Football practice is always harder than basketball practice. Now for a quarterback, sometimes you don't run as much as some of the other players. The basketball practice is fun. Whatever you're doing, basketball practice is just that's. I don't know. My eyes light up going to back. Football practice, you're in the heat. You might practice for 3 hours. You're hitting each other. You got to pick yourself back. Football practice isn't for everybody. Basketball practice, for me, I always enjoyed basketball practice.
I was thinking right now as me and Clay, who's your NFL team? Who's your favorite NFL team?
Probably don't have one. Pro sports to answer the question, I've got to give an explanation. So for 32 years, my Sundays during football season were spent putting out a magazine. And that started at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. When you start going through the photos, trying to pick a cover, you're looking at 1,000 photos. Maybe not 1,000, but 700 or 800 to find that one picture. and then you've got to edit copy, you got to edit proofs, and you'd finish up about 3 o'clock on Sunday. I didn't really want to watch football at that point. I wanted a nap, and then I wanted dinner, and then I wanted to go to bed. It was a long
because you got to do it all again over the next week.
Yeah, you got to have to. I'd take some Mondays off. Sometimes I'd load my kayak on Sunday night before I went to bed at 8:30 or 9, and I'd get up at whenever I woke up, 4 a.m., and I'd head to the North Fork River from Fayetteville and spend half of Monday fishing, and that was my way to get away. So I might watch Monday Night Football, but I probably watch the Cowboys more just because they seem to be owned more. But I can't just sit here and say I was a Dallas Cowboy fan because I wasn't.
Well, that brings me to a quick. Yeah. I'm glad. Well, be glad that you aren't. I'll say this. I was going to speak on that real quick. I got a text from my dad, who is almost 70 years old, lifelong Cowboys fan, all the way back to the 60s, 70s, those days. And he has never sent me this text message before in this kind of manner. He goes, "Do not," and I repeat, anything you buy me for Christmas this year, do not buy me anything Cowboys related. He is to that point. He has finally gotten to that point. Now, he's always said, I'm getting tired of Jerry. I'm getting tired of blah, blah, blah. This is the first time he's ever got to that point, though. So I told him I'll just, because he's over it. Like, it's this way every year. We all know what's going on with Michael right now, and we all know why it's happening. And it's sick to watch how he's treating arguably his best player. It's stupid, really, and I don't even want to go there because I'm going to sit here and vent for the rest of the – I don't want to be on y'all's show that long. But, yeah, man, it's just pathetic. And my dad – when I hear that from my dad, it makes it hard for me because he's the reason I'm a Cowboys fan. But I can't let him go. But it is sick to see what is going on and how Jerry thinks this is just so darn – it's like is it cute, Clay? It's a circus. That's what it is. But I don't understand it, and it's sad for the players. That's why they're in the position they're in.
Yeah, his philosophy is all publicity is good publicity, but I would say that's not the case for the Cowboys right now.
It's a product on the field. That's tough. Micah Parsons is, I think, a top 3 out. T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett. Micah Parsons.
They can impact the game from that position.
I don't know what you got, how you do it, but I think you got to get it done. And then what it does is it solidifies the locker room, because then if you don't have your best player signed and he's disgruntled, kind of trickles down a little bit through the locker room.
Yeah, as far as the pro game, I enjoy watching the Chiefs. I think they're the best coached team in the NFL. I don't think they've always had the best players, but I think they utilize their players better than anybody else. I think that the Eagles, were the best team last year, but at the end of the year. But I think you have to tip your hat to what the Chiefs have accomplished over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. And I like watching them play. I like watching Mahomes. And I guess I'm a little bit of an Eagles fan because of Jeremiah Washburn. That's he's coaching the defensive ends, former Razorback. I know the Washburn family pretty well, but I just can't fathom being a Cowboys fan the way that club is being run.
Let's do it, Unit.
All right, the Booyah Bait Company is made in Fort Smith, and the hottest swimming jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob locally in Arkansas and Oklahoma and is winning tournaments on Lake Dardanelle and Kerr Lake like clockwork. If you are fishing submerged or matted grass, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at Lurnet.com and tackle stores through Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster. Glad to have Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us for today's show. We'll have him through the entire 3 hours, so stay tuned here, ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
This morning I had called in, and like when you call in, you hang up, you're like, wow, I'll just wait on Madden Field.
This is halftime.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Choose your escape. Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Take a luxurious dip with the $5 Classic box. Indulge in a lavish meal with the $7 Supreme box. Or explore new worlds with the $9 Discovery box, now featuring the crispy chicken burrito for a truly unmissable experience.
Is that Tony Hawk?
Get Lux for less, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
Coast summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, 5,000 thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season right around the corner, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Bet online. The game starts here.
I tied a rope around my waist. I turned to get lost in your eyes. I took a breath, jumped off the cliff because you told me to. Is it love or suicide? Is it love or suicide? Is it love or suicide? Is it love?
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, moving right along here. Lot going on today. Camp's getting going. The Dolphins just lost a cornerback to a torn ACL. The Jets receiver, Justin Fields, is out with a toe injury, left practice. We don't know yet, so everything's getting hot and heavy, as Elaine Bennis would say. And we're having a good time here. Christian Johnston running the board. Clay Henry with us as well. Clay, what's up next with you, man? When's the next time you got a fishing trip planned, or what you got going on?
You know, it's
always right around the corner.
Yeah, there's one planned and another one that's possible. I need to sit down with my bride and look at our schedule and see what I want to do in August. I've got a month of vacation that I need to spend before November 1st. So I am going to go. Coach Campbell and I, Bruce Ritter, Mike Netzker, there's 4 of us. We're going back to the Green River. We did that in early June. And it was so fantastic that Coach Campbell said, I got to do that. And so we've got a trip planned, and he and I are going to fish our way across Colorado for a couple of days and then end up at Dutch John, Utah, and fish the Green River with guides for 3 days, drift fishing in a boat. It's supposed to be hopper time, fishing dry flies. I'm going to try to do that tonight from like 5 till 8, do a little hopper fishing in my backyard.
Nice.
With a couple of boys that the 3 of us can take turns on the oars, in a trout boat. But I haven't really had my truck trip where I just go to Colorado by myself and fish for 3 or 4 days, and might do that coming up. It gets really hot here. I kind of slip away to
the colder waters.
Yeah, cold water in high desert. Let's get in that cool, dry air away out of this humidity and heat. And I guess that's probably the next thing I'm going to do. I got to get permission. I hadn't asked yet, but generally she's like, before I can even finish the sentence, she goes, "You need to go." I don't know whether she gets tired of me or she just knows that I need to go.
Maybe a little of both. Maybe a little of both.
After 50 years, there's the possibility that she could be tired of me.
Something I kind of wanted to bring up and touch on with you. Coach Pittman had talked about the reporter had asked him a question about playing Arkansas State, and he's like, "Yeah, in Fayetteville we will." Kind of cut him off a little bit, and then Coach Nutt, and I know times are a-changing. Bob Dylan wrote a song, "Times Are A-Changing." Ron Burgundy had never heard that song, but there was a feel about when we went to Little Rock to play. It was contagious. There was a different enthusiasm. Like it was because it was Coach Nutt's hometown, and you could just see the little pep in his step. And I don't think Coach Nutt lost a lot of games in Little Rock, and now you don't really play a conference game out there. And I get it. I get why that they're not doing it anymore. This Arkansas State game coming up, are you at all worried that there's a chance that we could be flat, that this group of Arkansas kids maybe don't see it as a challenge? Like, I don't think we need to overlook Arkansas State.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go down as far as you've got Arkansas kids that are here. It's kind of interesting. I did an interview yesterday with Limbo Parks. Limbo was a starting offensive guard for Ken Hatfield's team, 85 and 86. And he came here from Coffeyville Junior College and didn't know the Arkansas history, but he was exposed to some Arkansas State fans that talked a lot of trash. And he said he begged coaches to play them. He says, we wanted to play them. And it was, Coach Broyles didn't approve of that. I mean, Coach Broyles' stance was always says if you win, you don't prove anything.
Right. Yeah.
And if you lose, then you're in bad trouble. So for Arkansas, they have everything to lose and nothing to gain, and that was his take on why you didn't play.
See, we would play Tulsa when I was there. It seemed like we played Tulsa 2 times. That was kind of the close regional game that you're like, all right, we can win this game.
Well, Tulsa's was better.
Yeah,
their program was significantly better than Arkansas State, and so I think that what's happening now is Arkansas State is playing those money games against other SEC teams like Ole Miss, and it usually turns out pretty bad for them. But I don't really understand why you would play them, and I have had nobody explain to me how that helps the state, and maybe it does.
Well, so
maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm just from another era.
No, I'm with you. So let me ask this. So, how many times can you remember? And I'm sure it's happened before. I remember Cleo Lemon went to Arkansas State. He was a big time quarterback. I don't know if Arkansas looked at him, but how many times has Arkansas lost a recruit to Arkansas State?
It is
because that's what you worry about, right? Arkansas State beat you. Next thing you know, guys coming up, they want to go to Arkansas State instead of Arkansas.
I'm not sure that's what was on Coach Broyles' mind. I think he was more concerned with it would fragment, the donor base. That and it's always about money. When it's not about money, it's still about money, and that the ability to raise money and anything that you would do to splinter that fan base is a mistake. And did you lose a player now and then? I mean, maybe one every 15 years that there would be a reason why they might not come to Arkansas and go to Arkansas State. But primarily it was a rare occasion. I still think it's rare. And when you look at the difference between revenue sharing in a Power 4 program like Arkansas and what Arkansas State can pay, there's not a reason to lose a player because of that. They're just you've got players transferring to Arkansas from Arkansas State, in the portal. That's not going to happen where because they won a game that they're starting to take players that you want in the state. I just can't see that happen because of the financial implications.
I know a few years when there was a freshman, D'Angelo Williams. You had Darius Howard that came to Arkansas. I think D'Angelo Williams went to Memphis.
He went to Memphis.
They got Memphis on the schedule. But yeah, you're right. I just didn't know if you could remember a couple that maybe went over there. And all right, Christian, let's tell the folks what they win.
All right, you need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once. The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. All right, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back, wrapping up the second hour of halftime in just a moment.
Talk about Miley Cyrus. Certainly, a football program is facing obstacles, and we got to do something to climb a little higher on the mountain.
This is halftime.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN 95.3 live on location here today at Hardee's, 2720 Rogers Avenue for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest qualifier. Just had my man Bear come through. He knocked out the challenge, no problem. Did it in less than 150 seconds and had plenty of time to spare. That could be you. If you stop by the Hardee's today at 2720 Rogers Avenue, you can win a chance to earn a football trip of a lifetime. All you have to do is take down the qualifier today, finish that Monster Burger in under 150 seconds, and then on August 16th, you have qualified for the contest, but you have to take out as many Monster Burgers as you can in less than 5 minutes. The winner gets sent to Las Vegas on ESPN Arkansas's dime to watch the Raiders take on the Cowboys on November 17th. Stop by and qualify today and earn your chance to win the football trip of a lifetime at the ESPN Arkansas's 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. Brought to you by Hardee's, HitThatLine.com, and ESPN Arkansas 95.3.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time,
focus and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Do you want to impress your wife? Then listen up. This is Sarah Ligon, owner of Lux House in Heritage Village. Lux House has everything: furniture, decor, candles, and all things home. I have a full line of custom designed furniture made right here in the USA. Check us out online at luxhouse.live or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. 479-357-0249. Lux House at Heritage Village, Barling. Here to help you stay out of the doghouse for years to come.
I want you in the worst way.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the best part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates.
Harry Robinson Salasol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salasol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Okay. All right. Okay. Freaks ride around on wheelchairs, motorized by electric motors made by goblins and factories overseas. They're there to buy drywall and other products so they can eat back at home on the sofa. They watch TV about a man named Chandler Bing who died in a freak hot tubbing accident and spent his time drinking hot dog flavored water on a popular TV show called Tub Girls.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Woo! Ooh, man, just going right along. Christian, you're getting pretty good at this, man. You might have found yourself a career. Good work as always. Clay Henry needs no introduction. He's the man as well. Going through some birthdays, and Elizabeth Moss, one of my favorite actresses, she turned 42 today. Rose Byrne, she turned 45. Love both of those. Christian, your girl J-Lo, double nickel today.
There you go.
And then some would say the best home run hitter of all time turned 60 today. Barry Bonds.
I'm not going to say that.
Yep. Some would not say that as well. Some would say that he had some HGH maybe helping him out a little bit.
He did have that. There's no doubt about it. And
someone, Clay, that I think everybody remembers, TV's Wonder Woman, Linda Carter.
Oh, yeah.
73 today.
Yeah. She was let's just put it this way. There was a lot of posters of her on the walls.
She was gifted.
College, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, a poster in the wall, Clay, that a lot of places had. This one was Michael Richards. He was Seinfeld's Kramer. Everybody remembers that photo of him when he was getting painted for a portrait. But that was big time for like a lot of the dudes had that Kramer when I was in school. Yep.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to have Kramer hair if I could pull it off, but
Man, Clay, I lost my hair when I left Fayetteville. I left it in Fayetteville back in the day.
Mine is just finally starting to fall out. I've got less and less every day. Every time I take a shower, there's another clump down there. So.
I work with a couple guys,
but I'm 71. It should fall out.
Christian Johnson has a full head of hair right now.
I'm enjoying it while I can.
There you go. How's Asher doing?
Man, I tell you what.
Is he growing up? How much does he weigh now?
Oh, probably 60, 70 some pounds.
Does he still think he's a lap dog?
Oh, yeah. He'll jump right in my lap.
What is, I know we know Millie likes the Sonic Burger. What is the treat that you get for Asher when he's being a good boy, or just because he's your dog, you get him a treat every day?
Man, he gets just about a bone. We give him everything just about.
When you're eating dinner at the kitchen table or wherever you eat dinner, does he mind himself a little bit, or does he does not
gotta
mind?
Have what we have.
He's ready to go. I love it. Dogs are supposed to be spoiled, and it sounds like you're doing a good job.
He'll stand up and get on the counter. I mean,
well,
his paws on the counter.
Little discipline though. We man, we're moving right along, and we got 1 hour left. Man, those first 2 hours, they went by pretty fast. We're having a good time, and we'll try to continue to have a good time for the next 60 minutes.
The difference between an average morning and a Hardee's morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunchtime. Like Hardee's smoked sausage biscuit. Split Hillshire Farm smoked sausage on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. And our Frisco breakfast sandwich with cherrywood smoked bacon or ham on toasted sourdough. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Forest Grid Incorporated, a company known for paying top wages and benefits, has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. For nearly 90 years, Forest Grid has built the foundations of the River Valley, and now you can become a part of that legacy. Apply now from any device at GoForestGrid.com. That's GoForestGrid.com. Do you finally want to get paid well for your work? Do you want to work for a company that treats you like family? Apply now at GoForestGrid.com. Forest Grid Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, dangerous heat and humidity is settling in. We're looking at high temperatures this afternoon into the upper 90s, a heat index approaching 110. Mainly clear, mid-70s tonight, and blazing sunshine back with us Friday, a high well into the middle 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 37 days.
Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect it. Oh, ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
That ain't but one Razorback.
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
All right. 1:01 in the afternoon this Thursday, July 24th. Moving right on along. Things happen in threes. You had Theo from The Cosby Show. You had the Prince of Darkness, and you had the Hulkster. All three pass away in the last few days. So everybody be safe out there. Everybody keep drinking water. It's hot. And let's get ready for a little football season. And it is golfing weather. There's no question about it. And Unit, I know you from afar. You kind of watch a little golf. And Clay, I know you love golf. I love golf as well. Spent a lot of time on the golf course. And we're looking at a couple new things that are going on in the golfing world. And I know yesterday we talked a little bit about kind of the different era. And when you're comparing players to in basketball or football, and you're kind of looking at numbers, it's especially football. They used to play 12 games. Now they play 18 games or 17. But then the rules are a little different. And same with golf. You used to have persimmon clubs and. But the thing is, everybody was using pretty much the same stuff, but now it seems like there's more. There's a couple different tours. There's a World Tour. There's the Live Tour. There's the PGA Tour, where people can go out and compete and hone their craft. And you kind of wonder, Scotty Scheffler, number one player in the world, if you had him, I'm trying to think, Clay, if Rory, John Rahm, Xander Schauffele. Those guys right there, kind of the top of the class.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is on the same level as Rory right now. Mm-hmm. And he had some issues when he first came out. He was not the greatest putter. He made putts, but he also missed a lot. He missed some that he shouldn't have missed. Some 3-footers. He's got that fixed, and he's a great driver of the golf ball. He's accurate. He's as good at hitting the distance. His shots end up pin high. They just do. I mean, he might miss a little right or a little bit left, but they're pin high. He gets the yardage right, and his proximity to the hole is as good as anybody that I've seen. He didn't make as many putts as, say, Tiger did for a 15-year period. I'm talking about the last 6-7 years, but he's starting to. And if he continues, and it looks like he's got everything stable in his life. That was what derailed Tiger, is just instability in his family life, and that was Jack Nicklaus's prediction. He says, we don't know what happens when a player gets married. It's like, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? Well, it didn't work out for Tiger, obviously. But it looks like the stability in Scotty Scheffler's life is just unbelievable. He is grounded, and now he's added the last piece to the puzzle, which is putting. He might win 2 majors a year for the next 5 years, and then we'll be talking about can he break Jack's record, because I think he has that kind of an edge over the rest of the field right now.
Well, and that's a good point, because I look up and I start going down the list. I watch just as much soccer. I probably watch golf the most, and then I watch soccer the most, and I watch a lot of golf. So I kind of keep up to date and check these guys and see for young and up and coming in talent. I don't even know anybody that would be on the radar, Clay, that you would say, yeah, man, that could be the next number. Scotty might have cemented himself as the number one golfer for the next 5 years. You might be right.
I think he has. And the
things Colin Morikawa couldn't really pick. He'd talk about putting issues. He really
he doesn't have it. Yeah. No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the totality. He had a little flash for about 6 to 8 months, and and you've noticed him to kind of disappearing a little bit, like in key moments, not able to sustain, hot rounds. He'll have little bursts. But the thing that you watch with Scotty is he'll make a bogey, and he has set records for bounce back birdies. You make a bogey, and then what do you do on your next hole? What's the bounce back score? He is way down there low, which tells you that he can put things out of his mind. In golf is all about who can survive a bad shot.
Ted Lasso theory, right? Be a goldfish.
Yeah, who can survive? Who can play their bad shots? Who can survive when things don't go well? Because it's a frustrating game, and as they say, it becomes mental. But it appears that he's got the mind. And we talked about, Tiger's, the quality of his golf shot. The quality of his mind was what he won with. And I think that there are very few that can be successful with golf and they don't have a brilliant mind. In other words, control their emotions. And I think Scotty Scheffler is, not does he have all the game, he's got the mind. And
what do you think about
the difference?
There's a guy from Sweden named Ludwig, and then there's a guy from Norway named Victor Hovland. If I was to say, I like both of those guys, both a real easy swing. Could you see somebody like that making a? Because to me, they're still young, and they're top 15 players in the world right now. Could you see one of those guys making a move?
Yeah, the thing that scares me about Hovland is that he lost it. And, I mean, he didn't know whether it was going to the right or the left. Same thing happened with Jordan Spieth. When Jordan had the best short game of anybody, he had the magic of a Phil Mickelson, and he lost his direction. He didn't know whether it was going right or left, and it went right more than it went left. And that happened to Hovland last year. He lost it, and he looked up, and the ball wasn't where it was supposed to be. And so he started tinkering, started adjusting things. And then it went the other way for a while. And I don't know whether he'll get it back or not. He probably can. The other one, did you say, was it Ludwig?
Love it, the Swede. Yes, sir.
He has magic in his game, but he kind of loses focus during the round. He can reel off 4 or 5 birdies, and he can make 4 or 5 bogeys. And he in crunch at the Masters, when didn't he make a triple bogey at the end or something to go like double, triple or something? Well, you can't have that, and that's a problem if he gets in the last 2 groups at Augusta National and he can't close. And that's a little bit about what Rory McIlroy did, but the good ones don't have problems on holes 16, 17, and 18.
Right. That's speaking of people that gotten married, Ricky Fowler got married not too long ago, and I know he went through a swing change, and he was kind of considered one of the best golfers to not win a major. He shot a 6 under 65 today in the 3M first round.
He closed with the great round.
What are your thoughts
last week?
Does he win a major? Can he bounce back? Because I know the talent's there. Do you think he could catch lightning in a bottle for 4 days?
Nah, probably not. And I think that what he is good for the game. He's one of those guys that signs
He's ranked
every
101
autograph
right now. Yeah.
I mean, he looks at every kid square in the eyes, makes contact, talks to him. He is so popular because of that, and he can always get in as a sponsor's exemption to tournaments because of the popularity. I just don't think he has a big enough game. He lost it for a while, and it looks like he's getting it back. But I don't know that he can get down there in that top 5, top 8, top 10 neighborhood. I don't think he has that kind of game. But he's fun to watch, and he's prone to get on a hot streak, get a heater. And this is the right time of year. You can make a lot of money in the next month.
I want to ask you about an Arkansan, Taylor Moore. He shot 5 under today, and right now he's 95th on the money list. He's earned over $1.1 million this year. He's 31. What do you kind of have for him? Is he somebody that's probably going to be, just a top 10 guy every once in a while, or do you think he can put it together and get him a victory?
I watch him a lot, and I know his dad, mom, and interviewed him a lot. He has a big game, but it seems to be streaky of late, and I think he has battled a little bit of maybe a rib cage injury or something. But his putting, it comes and it goes. It's not been a strength. He won the Valspar, was it 2 years ago in Florida, and he did not miss a putt inside of 10 foot for the week. That's unheard of. If he gets that again, he hits it well enough. He is one of those ball strikers that every shot looks the same. And he's not very big. He's about, 5'10", 140 pounds, but he hits it a long way, so he's a 300-yard guy. But he needs a hot finish, and he has kind of languished the whole year, just right on the borderline. I think he had a really good PGA. I'd have to go back and look at the stats, but I think that was his highlight this year, that he had a top 15. I think that gets him in the PGA again next year. But he slipped a little bit from where he was 2 years ago, and I think part of that is his putting.
He had a tied for 33 at the Players. He tied for 9th at the Phoenix Open. He had a top 20, tied for 19th at the PGA at Quail Hollow this year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard golf course, so that's a good result. But this is where he started kind of his hot streak in the past. The 3M has been a good tournament for him, so we'll see but that's a good result, and he's made a lot of birdies in his last few tournaments, but he's also had a lot of bogeys. It's like he'd give it away right after he gets it. So I watch his scores and I'll go hole by hole with him.
Yeah, I'm always kind of trying to check in with the former Razorbacks. We have somebody texted in on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. So anybody can do that if you want to get in with us. Casey in Ozark has a question for you, Clay. Does young John Daly have a chance to be that level of a pro? What do you see his ceiling as far? And I know he's young, got a lot going on, but that's a question we got.
So let's define, does he have a chance for what? First of all, his dad won 2 majors, so that's out there. I mean, that to win 2 majors is that's top 100 all time, top 50 all time. I mean, he does not ooze from the same talent pool that his dad had. His dad was superhuman. Not only did he hit it longer than anybody else during that time period that was playing on tour, but he also putted it great.
He had touch. Yeah.
Great short game, great talent. I know Tiger always talked about that he was, as talented as any person, but he'd always do something that except for those 2 majors, in the big moments, sometimes he disappeared. So what you have to say about young John is that he is still on the rise. We don't know what his ceiling is, but he has one thing that I just love. He can flat out putt. He thinks that he's going to make every 15, 20 footer.
Mm-hmm.
He just thinks he's going to make them. And that's not normal. Most of us think we're going to miss 15 to 20 footers.
I'm trying to 2-putt. That's right. Let's don't 3-putt from here.
Oh, no. I mean, he looks at a putt, and it looks like I've said this, might have said this on this show yesterday. It looks like a number 8 wash tub when he putts. I mean, he just thinks it's big and it's going to go in. And I asked him how hard he has to work on his putt, and he goes, my dad says, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
It's because, and you're right, because half of it is mental. If you're making them, why are you trying to change it up or to do something else?
Yeah, I mean, all you can do is mess it up. Now, I think he practices his putting, but I don't mean that he goes out there and spends hours and hours and hours.
Yeah,
it's like his deal is, can I hit it straight and get it in the fairway? Because if I can, I'm going to get it in the hole. I mean, he's likely to, and right now he's on a roll, and I think his ceiling is still, rising where he can be. But when you say, can he win on the tour, that's a mouthful. He's
3-4 years away from us even knowing. I got you.
Probably so.
Yeah.
But I bet he has a good senior year, and he was competitive this year. He's one of their better players. And I just think that where he was 3 years ago to where he is now, we can at least say, well, he might get there. I'm talking about as a tour player. 3 years ago, I mean, he wasn't in the lineup at Arkansas. And that was not, altogether horrible. They had a great lineup. But it's, if you're not on your team's starting lineup in college, you're probably not a tour player. But he's changed that where he's, consistently, 1, 2, 3, on their scores on a good college team.
All right, Unit, you gotta let's do it, Unit.
All right, Crabtree RV Center in Alma has been serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 years and counting, giving each buyer and their family the best RV purchasing experience, from choosing the right RV to personalized financing to a top-of-the-line parts and service department. Choose from one of the largest selections available in Arkansas and know that you are working with the top-of-the-line sales and service teams. Now is the time to let Crabtree RV get your summer planning started with a purchase of an RV from Crabtree RV Center. The junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Crabtree RV Center, making your dreams come true. CrabtreeRV.com. Also, let me tell you about 46 Steakhouse. They're owned by former Razorback number 46, Adam Daly. He played fullback at Arkansas under Houston Nutt, who he had on in the first hour of today's show. If you're hungry for a meal that's more than just food, at 46 Steakhouse in Alma, Adam and Brooke Daly are serving up tradition with every bite. Hand-cut steaks, including their massive 46-ounce ribeye, juicy chicken, and hand-breaded catfish. Plus, every meal comes with those famous hot-made rolls and honey butter that folks cannot stop talking about. At 46 Steakhouse, we are ready to make your family feel right at home. 46 Steakhouse, 108 Highway 71 next to Harps in Alma. 46 Steakhouse, where every meal is a masterpiece. Rolling on right now here in the golden hour. Got the Hall of Famer Clay Henry with me, Matt Jones as well, and we are coming back right after the break.
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
I wanted to find someone who would embrace Arkansas and the opportunities to build on a rich tradition that includes 22 conference titles, 14 Sweet 16 appearances, 11 Elite 8 appearances, 6 Final Fours, and a 1994 NCAA championship.
The head coach of your Arkansas Razorbacks, John Calipari.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
We're live out here at Hardee's, ESPN 95.3 on location today, 2720 Rogers Avenue. We're here for another qualifier where you can win a chance to qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Contest, brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com. We just had our 8th qualifier stop in, and he finished his burger in about 1 minute and 34 seconds. Bear Curtis, a former Arena League football player that lives in Van Buren, Arkansas, stepped up to the plate, demolished the Monster Burger with a smile on his face, had his son with him, and his son really wanted to win that trip to Las Vegas, so they came through today and finished it quick, no problem. That could be you, folks. Stop by today, Hardee's, 2720 Rogers Avenue here in Fort Smith, and qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest by ESPN Arkansas, Hardee's, and hitthatline.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
The spring allergy and hay fever seasons are here, and Law's Drugstore has what you need to safely take care of you and your family. Law's Drugstore can fill and refill your prescriptions, and they have all of the over-the-counter allergy remedies to provide comfort. Call 452-6116 and ask about vaccine shot appointment for shingles, pneumonia, COVID, and whooping cough. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind the Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, moving right along this hot and beautiful Thursday. That's right. It's still Thursday today. We have
well, and it is hot. You got that part right.
There
too.
we go. We're learning. I'm still learning. Still perfecting the craft called hosting a radio show. So this is Clay, pretty cool. I know you said something earlier in the first hour. This is one of the coolest things ever done as far as doing a radio show and getting to talk a little pop culture, a little music, things that are going on in the world. And so it's I look forward to it. Pretty fun. And the people I work with.
Well, it's I keep telling my wife, like what's our regimen? What do we like? What are we going to do? And her response is, if it's not fun, then lop it off.
Mm-hmm.
Pare it down. So keep eliminating the stuff that's not fun. And that's kind of our motto. And if it's not fun, then let's don't do it.
We got a little sound from Coach Bielema that we're going to play that Christian dug up for us. We've talked a little bit about the Big Ten, and is it going to be the same? Is it going to be Oregon, Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State? That's kind of the four.
Of course it is.
But who has a chance? Who's going to be that? Could South Carolina or Ole Miss in the SEC break through? Indiana last year did. Illinois seems to be kind of the cliche, the I don't know if cliche is the right word, but the popular pick for somebody in the Big Ten to make it through. So
they've been getting better, a little better every year under Bielema.
Well, here's the thing that I noticed, Clay, and we'll play the clip first, and then we'll get into it.
College football has never been where it's at. As a head coach, I'm in charge of our football program and what we do, and all I do is sit back every day and try not to go back. I only want to go forward. Through 17 years, I've learned to don't worry about things you can't control. Leave it to those who can, and usually the best results will happen. We can always argue about the way it can happen, but it couldn't be more exciting. 12-team format. I hope it does go to 16. I'm not going to go Eli Drinkwitz 30 or whatever he came up with, but I think a bigger number is a better number to have a play-in game. I appreciate your point that, you thought the 4 teams should just, get in and go. But if there are 7, 8, 9, 10 teams alive in November that can have a chance to be in the playoffs, that's going to do a world of good for our college football team.
And I look at Illinois' schedule, and the thing that I noticed last year, Clay, and this is why I don't know that I'll believe into it this year, even though their schedules is halfway soft. I mean, Ohio State's really the only team they play. Their point differential last year was 10 points. That
they were in games.
Yeah, but so that means they won a lot of close games last year. The ball bounced their way. The other teams that they were around that won that many games, their points differential was 80 points, was 120 points. They were beating people. So it does kind of, and the way they do it, and I'm a Barry Lunny Jr. fan. No question about that. He's calling the plays for him. But when you look at Illinois' schedule, when you kind of think about, are you buying into Illinois this year?
Oh, I think they got something going, and I believe that they do things that make them hard to beat.
They're
beat
hard
themselves.
To play. Yeah.
They don't have turnovers. They don't have penalties. They play the game the right way. I think that without question, he's on point. He's on focus. I think they've got good players. I think they believe in what they're doing. So they look to me like Wisconsin did when we played them in the bowl game in Orlando. They look like that program right now, in that they're able to go to Chicago and get some players. I think that he has good ties in that area of the country. I think that he has a good pipeline of solid talent, and they're moving forward. And as long as they keep moving forward, they've got a chance. And there's a lot of Arkansas people there. But again, they don't look like the teams that we saw at Arkansas. They look like they've got good coaches. They've got solid players. They've got ability. I look at their secondary. I think there's ability there. They're not, those. And it just, like I say, it just reminded me of the team that I saw in Florida when Arkansas played Wisconsin. And that's saying a lot, because they were rolling, but he's got things under control. Whatever his demons were, it seemed like that they have corrected that. I liked him. All you can say about somebody is how they treated you,
right?
And I was well treated by Brett and his coaches, and I pull for him. Every once in a while, I'll get a note from him, and I don't know why, but he'll send me a note, say I read that and I liked it or whatever. Never anything bad.
We had so we had some sound bite and Barry Lunny Jr., offensive coordinator. So I'll lead into this a little bit. We had a sound bite from Taylon Green earlier. Said Bobby Petrino, best offensive coordinator in the country. No question. I think Bobby Petrino is one of the best offensive coordinators, best offensive minds to ever be around the game. No. And what's your quarterback going to say? I had David Lee and Roy Wickey as my two OCs, and I absolutely love both of those guys. And so it got me thinking, Clay, and it got you thinking. I was kind of looking down the SEC, that some of the offensive coordinators. Where do you have Bobby Petrino ranked?
Yeah, I think that is, ability to game plan, ability to know strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, and put your guys in the best situation. I love to watch him when he was doing weak side, strong side, and flipping the lines.
Mm-hmm.
He said he quit doing that. Got some pushback from offensive line coaches, and he also said that it hurt young coaches that had worked for him when they tried to get jobs and they tried to explain the weak side, strong side, and athletic directors just like, I can't. That's not normal. That's not usual. He said so. He quit doing that, but I think when he had the ability to move players around on the offensive line and create matchups, he was really dangerous. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to that at some point. But he's got to be top 5 offensive coordinator in the country, and I would say he's the best in the SEC. I have a lot of respect for Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. I watched the way he schemed when he had good players at Washington, and I'll look out for Alabama this year. I think that they're going to be a program that surprises. I mean, I don't know how Alabama can surprise you, but they're going to make a rebound, in my opinion.
You got to think they'll be better at quarterback. They had a running back playing quarterback, so I think, and you look at Michael Penix Jr., the guy he had for a couple years up there at Washington, and then it's a totally different league with a totally different talent, and you can't do kind of some of the things you want to do when Jalen Milroe is your quarterback. I agree with you. I think Alabama gets back and they win 10 games this year.
Yeah. So when I watched Milroe, and we talked about this earlier, don't throw high and late over the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He did that 3 to 4 times a game. And you could see the face of the coach. It's like everything we've coached him not to do, he does at crunch time. And he lost games because of it. He threw it high and late over the middle against Vanderbilt. Well, guess what happened? They ran it back. He did that against Michigan. It is death, and I know that that's not the way he was coached by that staff, but they couldn't get it out of him. And I don't think they'll have a quarterback like that ever again. They inherited him; they had to play him, but I do not think that's his style, is to have a quarterback that's going to make that kind of mistake. That gets you beat. That's a losing play. When you throw high and late over the middle, it's going to get picked off.
Well,
it's not going to get caught by your guys. That's for sure.
No, it's like with the catcher throwing it over second base. It's like nobody's still in center field, so let's don't throw it there.
Get that right.
We're gonna take a break, and Christian's gonna tell you guys what you can win, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more, because I'm interested in to see, Clay, where you have guys like Steve Sarkisian, Colin Klein, Mike Shula taking on with South Carolina. You got Heupel at Tennessee, Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. So we're going to talk a little offensive coordinator, play caller guys. I know that some of those were head coaches, but really it
they're calling plays.
Yeah, it trickles down through them. Go ahead, Unit.
All right, take advantage of this nice weather in Arkansas with our friends at Roback. They have the gear for your perfect summer days with fresh polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com. For the golfers out there, Roback's Delta pants and shorts are a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric that look great on or off the golf course. Use the code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off with your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. Roback, where action meets comfort. All right, wrapping up things here. The third hour of halftime, rolling right along. We've got the Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us, and we will continue right after this break.
And like Jackie Gleason said, my talent came from the Lord, so I can't really take any credit for what I've been blessed with.
This is halftime.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
When she wrecked your heart, we were there to pick up the pieces with you. Now that you've wrecked your car, we can help with that too. Dog bite? Slip and fall? Car crash? Call Jackie Mock. 15 years in the insurance industry taught me the tricks to get you paid. Call for your wreck check today. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice. A wreck check sounds nice.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job. Software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission's simple: improve the quality of life in our communities. We've expanded to several non-member areas to help new communities. If you live in areas near Altus, Branch, Coxville, Mountainburg, Murray, Spur, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect may be available to you right now. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect will continue opening new areas throughout 2025.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
no slam. Only dudes that are real hard to get. Fucking crypto is bad for your health. I'll touch your mic out by the health. But you, it's a policy. Policy. I'm sorry, so but you got to believe it's a policy. Policy. I'm sorry, so but you're gonna have to live.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
All right, man, just moving right along. Almost done with today's show, man. Today's show's been going by. Thanks to Coach Nutt in the first hour joining us. If you didn't get to hear that today or you missed it, I know Christian Johnston works hard every day on the podcast, getting that. Is it called a podcast still? Is that what it's? The
Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast.
There we go. I pay attention a little bit, kind of like when you're watching a movie unit. You know, I kind of hear a little bit here and there.
I catch like probably 10% of the movie.
Yeah, I think we had Gene Hackman on the show earlier today too. Might be on the podcast. It won't be. Joke. Sorry, bad joke. Bad timing was never my thing. But Christian Johnston getting it going on. Clay Henry with us as well. All right, so let's talk a little offensive coordinators because it kind of got me thinking, and I get it. You know, you're going to always stick up for your guy, but I really do. I'm with you, Clay. I think Bobby Petrino, if you're saying top four like a Mount Rushmore right now, who is a top four offensive coordinator, I think Petrino would be there. I like Josh Heupel probably more than other people do. I would have him up there. I think Lane Kiffin can recognize and call a play just as good as any of them. And I know you like DeBoer there at Alabama. I haven't seen enough of him to really kind of to know what I like. Mike Shula maybe at South Carolina. Sarkisian, we got to vote. Hog Wild and Van Buren says Sarkisian is by far the best OC. I don't know. He's got 0 national championships, so I'm gonna have to. I can't really give him a vote right now. But yeah,
Kiffin.
No. You got Kiffin. He was talking about Sarkisian.
No, I know.
I got Lane Kiffin as a top four in the SEC. Kind of wanted to get your thoughts, Clay, on who you and you, Christian, who you have kind of as like your top four offensive coordinators right now.
You know, I was disappointed with Heupel last year, and I don't mean I was disappointed in a way that that I pull for their team or anything.
I think Nico's limited.
I think that I think part of being a head coach and an NIL, if he knows what he needs, he's got to go get it.
Yeah.
And he didn't have that's part of it. Kiffin, I think, is pretty good. I think that they lost some games last year that I wouldn't have thought that they could have lost, like Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's a killer. But it's. I think Hugh Freeze has had his stretches where he's been a really good play caller. I think he has some strengths in that regard. Sarkisian, I mean, it was evident to me that they were overmatched against Georgia, and even when Georgia lost their quarterback, they couldn't put him away. And I thought that.
To me, he
they
gets
didn't
too fancy
do as well.
sometimes.
They
Yeah.
didn't. They were not. To me, your bread and butter play has to be a run and play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It can't be the screen pass to the wide receiver. That can't be what you base your offense on. And I think that's what they do. I want to see a better running game before I can say, all right, this is a guy. I think Arkansas game planned them really well and took away their strengths, and they couldn't, they couldn't do the things that would make me think they're a national championship type team. Not against Arkansas, not against Georgia in those three defensive games. I didn't see that he was somebody that I thought was the latest greatest. They were really talented last year. The fact that they couldn't win with that roster is a little bit of an indictment.
I'm with you. To me, he gets a little. It's kind of like Kendall Briles would do. He gets just a little too fancy.
I would say too cute. Sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm with you. You got to have a couple of running plays that you can get to, especially if a team doesn't load the box. You see 7 in there, man. We got to be able to run the ball. Your go-to play can't be a pass play. What are your thoughts on Brian Kelly at LSU? Because we know he has the Heisman Trophy. Maybe he's done less with more. I mean, LSU's always got all it. Now you can't play defense. I think they've remedied that. I think they'll be better on defense. Would he be maybe 4th? Would Brian Kelly be in your top 4?
See, I didn't ever think he called plays.
Okay.
And I would not call him. I think he was good at developing quarterbacks. I think he understands concepts. But I just never have thought that he called the plays.
You might be right. I'm just going off based on kind of the quarterback.
I think he's a solid head coach, but you'd have to say he's underachieved at LSU.
I think so. I think he's definitely underachieved. Another guy I really like is the old Kansas State quarterback and was coaching there. Now he's at A&M in Colin Klein. I think he's a young and up-and-comer kid that he'll be a head, kind of like a Dow Loggins. Like, I think Colin Klein will be a head coach somewhere in the next 5 years.
So I've thought that they've been under-talented at quarterback. And, I mean, they've gotten some high-end recruits, but I haven't seen what I thought was a complete SEC quarterback at A&M in the last several years. That's been they're undervalued there. If he can get a quarterback with a little more running ability and the arm, I mean, a combination of what we see with Taylor Green without the turnovers, I think that he's got some wrinkles. I'm talking about Klein. I've seen him scheme up things where I thought that they had pretty good concepts of what they were going to do to put a linebacker and a safety in a tough position. That's what you have to do. You
got to cause stress on somebody.
And those are the players that the defense is moving around, and you got to make it tough on them. And I didn't see Texas A&M do that offensively the last couple of years.
What about before we got another break? What about Drinkwitz at Missouri? Does he call some of those plays, or does?
Yeah, I think he was a play caller for a while. And when they struggled, when they didn't have quarterbacks, when their quarterback was hurt, he started talking about other people going to call the plays. Well, that's because he can't call plays with that quarterback.
Right.
But we'll see this year. They're changing quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, Brady Cook's in the NFL. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think that will be everybody that's changing quarterbacks this year. Let's see how they do the first half of the season. Now, the second half of the season, they keep that quarterback healthy. At some point, a freshman becomes a sophomore becomes a junior, and sometimes that happens in the middle of a season.
Yes, sir.
We'll see how they do, but he's got to kind of start over because that was when they had Cook, they were pretty good, and when they didn't, they were pretty average.
Let's you got one more today, Unit, or are we just gonna hit the top? Okay, we got one more. Let's do it.
Got one more here. Make sure you make plans to attend the Region 2 Prevention Conference. That'll be Tuesday, July 29th from 7:30 to 4 at the Signature Bank Community Room, sponsored by NAFI and RAD. This important event brings our community together for real conversations on substance use prevention, because a stronger, healthier community starts with awareness. Breakfast and lunch are provided and space is limited, so register now by calling 870-849-7300. That's 870-849-7300. Halftime will be broadcasting live from the event, 11 a.m. to 2 on Tuesday, July 29th. All right, wrapping up the show here. Last segment coming up on halftime. Stay with us.
I think about the tuna's talent. The tuna would not be called the tuna if it wasn't for the man above.
This is halftime.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Summer is here, and Gelco Outdoors has the outdoor gear for you. Hiking boots by Salomon, running shoes by Under Armour, fishing shoes by Extra Tough and Under Armour, dry fit fishing and outdoor clothing by AFCO, Ariat, Drake, Hook, and Under Armour. Take advantage of the hot summer deals on summer clothing with buy one, get the second at 50% off. See store for details. For all your summer fishing, Gelco has the gear. Hunters, get ready for bow season. Gelco Outdoors, your one-stop summer store. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Do you love cooking and being a part of a great team? Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and I was talking to Linda Newmeyer the other day. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, Newmeyer's Rib Room, and Newmeyer's Whippoorwill are hiring kitchen staff. Stop by any of the 3 restaurants in downtown Fort Smith. I used to work at a pizza place back in the day. Maybe I'd give it a shot. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the Whippoorwill, and Rib Room. Apply today and join the Newmeyer family.
You're hired. Come back tomorrow at noon for training.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-2085. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-2085. That's 800-555-2085. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-555-2085.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, wrapping up this edition of Halftime. Unit doing a good job. Clay Henry with us all day today. It was fun today. Now, speaking of Phil Elson, Clay, where do you think Phil and Pops and Son are on their trek?
You know, I was just trying to kind of time this out. Yesterday was Tuesday was a travel day.
That was
right?
the big
Tuesday
playing
afternoon.
day. Mm-hmm.
And then They should be on the ground Wednesday. I think they should be.
They're in the raft.
They're in rafts today. They're going down the river and just soaking it all in. I mean, they're probably going to get sprayed by water a little bit. I mean, you got to paddle and splash each other, right, on those kind of trips.
Absolutely. You got to fall in once or twice. Absolutely.
Yeah, we were on the Green River in June. We had some rafts go by us, and every once in a while they'd call out a name, and that person had to do a backflip off the side.
Nice.
It's like, and you didn't do it. I mean, you were ostracized. I mean, it was like, they called out some name of an old guy that was kind of, one of the leaders. I don't know what kind of group this was, but it looked like a bunch of 13, 14-year-old. They called out somebody's name that looked like about like me, and he tried to do a flip off the back, but basically he just kind of landed on his back.
That would be.
That'd be about what my flip would look like.
I can do a front flip, but I can't do a back flip. I've never been able to do. Unit, can you do a back flip? Like if you go to a diving board, I can do a front flip. But
so this, it's a rubber raft. It's got air in it, so you get a little spring off of it.
Yeah, a little bounce.
I'd land on my neck and break it.
Probably. Well, it's water, so we're good, and you're just a 1 foot, 2 foot away. So yeah, well, man, I hope they're having a good time.
They are.
Thanks for the listeners, texters, and callers today. I think, what do we have, Tuna? We have one call. We have another call today. So thanks, Tuna, for not shutting us out. We got one on the board.
We can count on him.
Yep, that's right. And Clay, man, I always enjoy chatting with you and working with you. You make everything easy for me.
Well, thank y'all. Yeah, it's been fun. Like I said, I enjoy this too.
I look forward to checking out. Where can people go to check out your article on Nolan?
Well, I haven't sent it to them yet,
Okay,
so it's probably not online since I haven't sent it.
But in the next 24, 48
I'd
hours.
say so. Yeah, it just depends. It's not time related. My deadline's Sunday, but it'll be up tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
I like it. All right, Unit, man, you did a good job, and we'll have a fun show tomorrow. We got Aaron Torres tomorrow, maybe 45 to join us for an hour or so, and then Clay, we're going to see you next week, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, you got it.
I'm looking forward to it. All right,
thank you,
everybody. Thanks for listening. Drink some water, stay in the air condition, take care of yourself, and we'll see you around.